Hello, I'm Jake and welcome back to my automotive channel. Just in case you missed it, I bought my 6th classic Fiat 500 and this one is looking a little bit worse for wear. We're calling it crusty rusty at the moment because for obvious reasons. So yes, in this video today I'm going to be taking you around the Fiat 500, showing you what I found, showing you all the holes I found and explaining the plans with the car. But before I take you around the 500, thank you. I've had a big rise in subscribers just lately and I think it's because of this one. So thank you very much and I can't wait to share a lot more on this car with you in the future and now. So let's start with the engine. In the last video, the unveiling of the car, we took a look at the engine, just a brief look. Didn't really go into too much detail, but the state of it, I was pretty sure that it's not going to turn over anytime soon. My dad come up, we cleaned it up a bit, got some of the corrosion off it and everything, and it's actually cleaned up a lot better than I realised it would, and it does turn over. Turns over quite nicely actually. So in the next video we're hoping to try and get this car started just to see if it will start. So that's something to look forward to. So this 500 originally I thought was stood for around 20 years. I don't know if that's still the case. We don't know how long the car's been stood. Looking at the condition, it's been stood for a very long time. However, the car is pretty much stripped now, apart from mechanical side of things like the engine and the suspension and that. The interior, fuel tank, that's all been taken out. And I've actually found that this is a new front panel that was replaced at some point in its life. Other things that was replaced, like one of the floors, I think the passenger side floor has been replaced before. Inner sills have been replaced. Don't know if when the wings have, they might have been replaced, but definitely the inner sills have been replaced. So it turns out this one has had a light full restoration at some point in its life. But yeah, so that's good in one way because that means this car could have looked a lot worse if that never happened. And that probably means it kept going a little bit longer having these panels done and everything. Also, we know it was done properly because the panels have all been painted properly to match the original colour, which this is the original colour. Also, it was actually sold very local to me, Gloucester. It was sold at Fiat in Gloucester on Westgate Street. I think it's 143 Fiat or something like that. That's where the car was originally sold. And then it was previously sold at Ford in Newent. Don't know if that was a Partex or anything, but yeah, it's great when you find out these things. It's nice to have a story behind the car. Now let's jump into the state of the car. Okay, so the first thing I done, like I do with any of my classic 500s, is strip it down. Only strip the interior. Like I said, I haven't done anything mechanical to it because we still want to see if that engine will start. But the interior has been pretty much stripped now. There's only a couple of things to do. And the main reason for stripping the interior straight away is to see what we find under the carpets. Like it's had patch welding before. Let's move that one. There you go. And over here, some pretty big holes in the floor. Now this floor panel here has actually been replaced before. And you can see the inner sills have been done there and over here. But yeah, two big holes that side. Big hole at the back there, which I can show you how that happened. But this one's been replaced before as well. But no holes in this part, which is good. It's had welded here before. It's probably going to need a bit on that side as well. There are holes in the roof if you remember. However, I've put this tarp over for now. A bit of a plastic covering just to stop the water getting in. But I had to take the roof off because I wanted to find all the holes. There's loads of holes around the back here, as you can see. I took the grill off. Yeah, it's pretty bad. Same this side. That hole inside has come from here. If you see down there, the water's built up in there and then just rusted away like that. Rusted away down here, the bottom of this one down there, and also under here, that's pretty rusted as well. The doors, bottom of the doors are completely shot, but replacing them anyway. Bonnet, obviously, yeah, you can see that. Loads of little holes around the front panel. Where the wiper goes here, under the window, that's pretty much gone. And here, and down here. And then the same for the wing. And everything, this door, like I said, the doors are completely gone at the bottom. But the actual seals themselves are good, which I was not expecting at all. This one down here will need replacing. See there, so we'll replace that one. We'll probably find more as we go along. When you start taking the panels off these 500s, that's when you start finding more and more work. There's no actual holes in the dash, which is nice, and no holes down by the pedals. I do have to do a bit more digging down there, but it does look like it's okay. So where your fuel tank would go, they usually rust really bad here and down here. You can see the hole on the bottom there. But that's not this part, that is the actual front. So I'm hoping to salvage this one. But this side inner sill, you can't see it because it's the other side. I went around the car, I took all the wheels off and checked every sill. And this one is completely gone inside in here. So that's actually the inner sill there for that side. So that's the replacement panel. There's also a little bit there on the gutter, which obviously the car's got to be all stripped back, windows out. Once he's in the garage, it'll be fully stripped down and we can go from there. But I'm not worried about panels like this being rusty because they're very easy to get. Yeah, you can get the panels very easy for these classic 500s. I bought this front panel from Autobella, and I've also got both wings come in as well. And that's great because these parts, you can remove them, put the new ones on, and you should be pretty much sorted from there. So all we got to do is, when he is in the garage and we go to the welding stages, is prime this all up, put a nice coat of primer on it so it doesn't rust, and you know, all the paint protection, all that stuff. And yeah, that would basically be the new front end of the 500. So there's a link in the description, check out Autobella. Most of my parts for my classic 500s, especially Yugo, come from Autobella. So yeah, do check them out. But you know, that's the first panel, and like I said, I got the inner arch in that as well. So it's great having these panels available, and that's why I'm not too worried about the rust on here, because this has just got to be taken off and replaced with new. The areas that are harder to sort out, like the roof, the holes under there, and the holes here. Now again, you can buy that entire panel, and that's great. But I think the panel's about 170, 180 pound, and here seems to be the worst part. Obviously, when you start taking the paint back, it might look like, oh yes, we might as well do the old panel. But for now, I'm not replacing the panel. You can get a replacement bit for here, which I need to get an order. And I think it does the entire arch, which again, it doesn't look like the arch needs it. But again, when we strip back, we'll probably find more. So it might need the whole arch, but for now it looks like it just needs that corner. So this is the things, obviously, we need to check. Once the engine's out, we can obviously do a full assessment on the engine bay and see what needs welding in there as well. You can also buy these bottom corners of the windows, because Fiat 500s, most classic cars, the water always builds up down here, and that's what rusts them out. So yeah, and this looks pretty bad here. I don't think you can get a replacement panel for here, however that can be sorted. And this side's solid, going across all the arches, like I said. This one looks very good. He's a bit bubbly in places, but that's probably where he's had filler before. Because we know he has had work, he's definitely going to have filler all over. So until we strip the car right down and get the paint off and everything, we'll see what we find. And I'm sure the list of jobs will go up and up and up, because they always do when you work on a classic car like this. And being this rusty, I'm pretty sure we are going to find more work once we get the paint off and everything and start taking panels off. So there you have it. That's the plans with the 500 for now, and I will keep you all updated. And like I said, in the next video we will take a look at getting that engine hopefully running before we remove the engine. The plan is to get the engine running, see if it does run, and then we will take the engine out of the car. That's basically the next big step, and then we can get him in the garage once that Porsche is rolling, which, if everything goes to plan, I'm hoping to get that finished by the end of the day or tomorrow, but we'll see. If I can get this one in by the weekend, end of this weekend, that'd be great. So yeah, thank you all for watching. Please remember to like and subscribe if you want to stay up to date with the Fiat 500 project. And yeah, I've certainly let myself in for a big job, a big project, but I know these cars better than any other car I've owned, and I'm really looking forward to getting stuck in with this one and personalising it and making it my own. So thank you all for watching. Please remember to like and subscribe, and I will see you all again very soon. Bye for now.